I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Former FBI Director James Comey and Black New York Attorney General Letitia James are celebrating after federal cases against them were tossed.
I'm grateful that the court ended the case against me, which was a prosecution based on malevolence and incompetence.
James called the charges baseless, and both say President Trump's Justice Department acted unlawfully. New Orleans Mayor-elect Helena Moreno has launched a website with resources ahead of planned federal immigration enforcement. The directory is at helenamorenola.com, with more reporting tools coming soon in partnership with Black Council President J.P. Morrell. And former Vice President Kamala Harris wrapped her 107 Days book tour in Miami Thursday night. Harris spoke with Anna Navarro of The View about her historic presidential campaign, Biden's endorsement, and her toughest chapter, election night loss to President Trump. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
This is Dr. Jaquil Ross, the host for Talk That, NOLA Education, brought to you by New Schools for New Orleans. On Talk That, we'll be focusing on the amazing work of educators and students happening inside and around public schools in New Orleans. Our school communities are full of so much talent and promise, so let's talk about it. This month, we'll be joined by Jamar McNeely, Jarrell Bryant, and Dana Peterson for a discussion focused on the importance of Black men in education. Also, we will hear from Kathleen Harris, Dr. Sheila Guidry, and Dr. Kelly Jordan to talk about how NSNO and NOLA Public Schools are supporting a growing English language learner population in our schools. Following that, we will have a conversation with a few representatives from NOLA Public Schools to talk about the upcoming enrollment window for school year 26-27 using the New Orleans Common Application process. So tune in to Talk That, NOLA Education, every Monday at 12:30 p.m. on 12:30 a.m. To learn more about NSNO and our programs, visit newschoolsforneworleans.org.
Good morning, wake up.
The Good Morning Show.
Good morning.
On WBOK.
WBOK 12:30 a.m. I am Will Sutton. Happy to be blessed to have another day and to be with you.
Bam.
And look who's here.
Morning time. What's
Oliver
morning
Thomas.
time? What's up, WS?
All right.
And
In
the OT. Hey,
Back
man.
up.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving week, man, for everybody.
Yeah.
There's a lot to be thankful for.
There is a lot to be thankful for.
There's a lot to be concerned about, too.
In this crazy world, it's we can still be thankful for.
Yes, we can.
For our
and
lives.
We should.
And thankful that we so many of us have a roof over our head, and we can be thankful that the implementation of some of these policies that's going to put 2,600 people on the street have not been implemented yet.
Well, just when you think about being thankful, you got up to date. A lot of people didn't.
Did not. That's correct. Yeah.
So for me, that's always been a basis point for being appreciative of God's will, being the people who supported me, no matter what the challenges were the second minute. Yep. Hour, day, week, month, year before.
Yep.
Man, when you can get up, you got a chance to hurdle them, overcome them.
Yep. Absolutely.
Bam.
Amen to that.
Amen to
Pastor
that.
Thomas.
Amen. And let the Lord say, Happy Thanksgiving. Make a way.
All right. So for those of you
Happy 9 times, second line. We had a ball, man.
Did you?
Yeah, buck jumpers coming up. I was king of the buck jumpers.
I remember.
I'm the only elected official ever been king of two social aid and pleasure.
Yeah.
Two parade organizations, right?
Yeah.
But 9 times, man. It was so good to go back home, see everybody. The upper 9, lower 9, and asking them, y'all did that thing. It was really, really beautiful, man. It was peaceful.
It was peaceful.
I brought the fam out,
That's
the kids out. Yeah, we was outside, Will.
Yeah. That's good.
But I go
now, when was this?
Anyway, and it wasn't election time.
When was
I'm
this?
still
when
going.
Was this?
That was Sunday.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, buck jumpers coming up this Sunday.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
I went to buck jumper last year, the year before.
Yeah.
It's
a good time.
Yeah, we ain't see too many politicians like we did the last time.
Yeah, right.
I ain't seen none. I think Eugene went out. towards the end. But that was about it.
Yeah. Yep.
The culture.
Yep. Well, we had the Bayou Classic kickoff yesterday at the Superdome.
Yeah, I missed it, man. I had other things to do.
It was a good turnout for what it is. I mean, it's not a come and party kind of thing. It's speaker after speaker after speaker talking about the Bayou Classic and what it means, and talking about New Orleans and the state. What was interesting to me is I didn't see a single state representative. Now, when I say state, I don't mean the title of state representative. I mean a representative from representing the entire state of Louisiana.
Yeah.
So, but because usually there's somebody, Billy might be there, but somebody is there. So
you're going to say the governor wasn't there?
No.
Attorney General wasn't there?
Was not there. No.
Secretary of State wasn't there?
Not even agriculture.
The agriculture wasn't there?
Wasn't there.
Lieutenant Governor wasn't there?
No.
No. Oh.
No. Okay.
But
we did. We did have representatives,
and I wasn't there, but I wanted to be there. I just had a conflict.
Yep. But of course, we had the leaders of Grambling State University and Southern University Baton Rouge. We had the leaders of the University of Louisiana System, Dr. Rick Gallo, and
as long as Dr. Gallo was there, and Southern and Grambling representatives were there, man, that's safe. That's cool.
Yeah, that's the core.
That's
the core.
That's really
the core. And we had Dr. Dennis Shields from the Southern Louisiana system as well. So they're expecting a good set of activities and events starting on Thursday afternoon with the parade. The parade traditionally in a number of years has been on Thursday, but it was moved to Saturday. Not before
the game ago. Yeah,
right.
Which is it should be. I prefer that.
But it's back to Thursday. Going to be Thursday afternoon at 3. So we're going to have a number of bands.
But you got so many activities, man. You got VIP reception. You got the breakfast. You got the legislative breakfast.
Yep.
So it is it's a real good networking. It's a real good talking event. Grambling, Southern, whoever you represent, man. People reuniting with each other. I always enjoy it. And then, Willow's 15 now, so she's interested in the game, right?
Yeah.
She's really, even though she's in 10th grade now, she's talking about she wants to go to HBCU.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, she's a dancer, very good, and she wants to go to HBCU. So she's already said, good student, De La Salle now, but has already said, and she's, I'm watching her mature, man, into a young lady, and really, really, I think watching me and her mother, and that's what I tell folk all the time, right? She's automatically leaning towards the culture. Just
I don't know how she could.
I could not. Yeah. I know.
Not make that connection in the Thomas household, but
you'll be surprised though. But so we looking forward to the events, Will.
Well, that's good.
And I know you cover a lot of the stuff, so you gotta go.
Yeah, I enjoy it all the time. Some parts. It's been some time since I've tried to go to some of everything because it's just a lot.
The networking event with Alan Simeon and his organization is one that I enjoy. They honor people from around the state. I think the last couple of years, me and Congressman Carter got Man of the Year for work in the community around the state. They honor officials. So I enjoy the networking event. That's a real good reception where you meet folk, especially from our community, who are doing things in all four corners of the state. So Alan Simeon, shout out to what you do. And then, the game, the Battle of the Bands.
Yeah, Battle of Bands, Greek
Step
Show on Friday night. Yep. And we're going to be talking about some more of that because Biogen is going to be on the show today. We got Dr. Lauren Powell coming up with Dr. Eric Griggs. Y'all know him.
Yeah.
Y'all know Eric.
And then we got
Griggs.
Dottie Billetto, man.
Dottie Billetto.
Man, Dottie has really, really done a great job focusing on the special events and the other events. Not saying that the other people who did the entertainment or the organizing part of it weren't good, but it's the side stuff, you know, that you can go to.
Yeah, right.
I spoke at a event last year where I took Willow and some of her friends, and it was a beautiful little reception area set up in the dome on the side of the field.
Mm-hmm.
No one else had ever done that before. So shout out to Dottie Bellato and her company for what they're doing there. They're really diversifying.
Well, we're going to have to go to break in a moment, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the National Guard and the Border Patrol a bit.
Who?
But
I wonder who that was knocking on my door.
Here's a question for you. You brought up how well organized these things are. What if there was an opportunity, a consideration for Dottie Bellato's group to work with Essence Festival?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, there's some things that the Essence Fest people are still learning about our place.
But
it's a different kind of thing from Bayou Classic.
Well, look, but that's a deep conversation. I was on the first Essence committee.
Yep.
We were one of the founders of setting that piece up. And it's different. It's gotten away from what Susan Taylor and Lewis and the original group did. And locals are not as involved. They had some local representatives, but locals are not as involved in helping lead and guide them like they used to be. So it's to have a conversation with me about it, we'd have to go back to what was, what is, and how do you blend those things so that, to me, it can be better. Some of the changes they made, like having people who serve food away from certain areas, a lot of that stuff didn't make sense. So I don't know if it's Bellato and her crew who can help them, but I know somebody needs to help them.
Yeah. All right. We're going to take a break. You're listening to WBOK 1230 AM, what New Orleans is talking about. All day long.
I said all day long. That's 24 hours, baby.
This is your news update for WBOK from WDSU. For all your news and weather, watch WDSU News, New Orleans' leader in live, local, late-breaking news. Today at noon and 4 p.m.
I'm Daryl Forges with WDSU News, and here's your headlines. The Coast Guard says search crews found what appears to be debris from a plane in Lake Pontchartrain. It comes after the aircraft lost contact with a lakefront airport around 6:30 last night. The single-engine plane can hold up to 4 people. The Coast Guard says they're doing everything they can to find the aircraft. Today, we could learn which jobs are on the chopping block as Mayor-elect Helena Moreno is expected to unveil parts of her plan to get the city out of a major budget deficit. Moreno says she will have to cut jobs and reduce the size of city government. We're told as many as 200 jobs could be cut, and some departments could be folded into other agencies. Now, Moreno says she's targeting mayoral hires, which increased since LaToya Cantrell took office back in 2018. However, the mayor-elect says critical services like police, fire, EMS, and trash collection should not be impacted by the cuts. This morning, a woman is behind bars accused of elderly abuse at an Algiers home. New Orleans police arrested Nona Burton at a home on Sullivan Place and Mamas Avenue. Police say they found several older adults living in poor conditions police described as an unlicensed group home. They say 5 adults were taken to a hospital. Burton is facing 5 counts of abuse and neglect of adults. And the Pelicans are finally waking up winners after they put up a season-high score against the Chicago Bulls. The Pels dominated the Bulls in the paint, outscoring them 78-44. 8 Pels players scored in the double digits, including Zion Williamson, who scored a season-high 29 points. Next up, the Pelicans host Memphis tomorrow night at 7 p.m. I'm Daryl Forges, and that's your headlines for WBOK. Have a great day.
Good morning, wake up.
The Good Morning Show.
Good morning.
On WBOK.
Show right here on WBOK. It is 7:15 a.m. I'm sure you're not rushing off to school, so maybe you got an appointment, maybe you're still working.
Man, school closed. Man,
that's right. I said, I'm sure you're not rushing off to school.
And I think you and I may be the only people try to go to work on time.
Yeah, right.
I mean, everybody else go late and leave early.
Oh, boy.
I don't understand.
Oh boy. Yeah. Well, but maybe you got a doctor appointment. How about that? You got a doctor appointment?
No, I mean, you know what really happens now? People goldfish had puppies. Are they kittens? You got caught in trees and they had to try to get them out. Yeah. That's the reason. And folk don't lie about why they late. My Nan and them came down from heaven for the holidays. It was reincarnated, and I had to go. Give them, find a place for them to sleep.
Okay.
Some reason, who gonna say I overslept?
Yeah, well,
I ain't want to come in.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yep. I'm gonna be here for a couple hours, then I'm out.
Yeah. Hey.
Well, if you haven't looked outside, there's some sun, but there's clouds. It's wet in not all the city, but a number of parts of the city. So
it's a beautiful day.
Be careful. It's beautiful, but it can fool you. So be careful on some of those wet streets and roads out there as you move along. Maybe you're going to get those last-minute groceries, or maybe you haven't even started shopping for the big weekend.
As my cousin Glo would say, it's a beautiful day, right?
Yeah, right.
If you're late, don't hurry.
Yeah.
And if you hurry, be careful.
Be careful.
Be careful. Yeah. Somebody else, you don't want somebody else being the victim of the fact that you're late and you're scurrying and rushing around. That's all.
Yep.
Just be mindful.
Yeah, well, we're going to be hearing from Alana Odom
the great Alana Odom. Man, Lord, that's a superstar.
ACLU, but one of the things that was talked about yesterday at the Bayou Classic kickoff was the law enforcement, and Louisiana National Guard will be in town, and that's not unusual. It's not unusual for the Louisiana National
special
Guard
events in New
to
Orleans.
be a part of Bayou Classic, Sugar Bowl, Carnival, Mardi Gras.
Taddy Bowl, Red Bean
you
Bowl.
name it. They're a part of the plan.
My mama and them bowl. Yeah, they're always here.
They're a part of the plan.
And they're at Jackson Barry.
That's right.
They're right there.
They're right there. And these are people.
Yeah, that's my cousin in there.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, Louisiana National Guard.
Uh-huh.
I mean, these people we work with and party with and all, but then they got to do their job. But this time there's going to be an enhanced security zone. Mm-hmm. So that security zone is going to be set up Friday through Sunday, and that's going to include checkpoints, bag searches, bans on coolers. So it'd be less likely that you're going to be just walking up in there like you might have in some other Bayou Classic seasons.
But why would people be shocked by that? I mean,
shouldn't be.
I mean, over the last several years, whether it's a professional game or a special event or traveling, there's been enhanced security. And I mean, it's the kind of world we live in today.
That's what's happening.
And since the terror attack, then, of course, there's an extra effort on law enforcement, crowd control, and making sure that people aren't extremists or bringing dangerous weapons or potentially affecting the lives and the well-being of others. And unfortunately, that's how we live now.
Yep. And after that January 1 attack, we're still in 2025. There were similar security checkpoints set up after that. And we had the big Super Bowl, and we had security checkpoints after that.
Well, I don't travel nowadays without expecting delays or enhanced security.
Mm-hmm.
I actually, once I leave my house to know I have to go somewhere. I mean, look at the city. Will, you and I are native sons of the city. We started in the Lower Ninth Ward. Our families did.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when you could drive in New Orleans, you can get anywhere in 15, 20 minutes?
Yep.
I mean, look at traffic now.
Yep.
Look at how folk move around now. So it's a different world. And now, if people who want to complain, you're going to complain. But no, I mean, I don't leave my house unless I'm ready for delay.
Right. Yeah, and you just have to factor that in. So I know there's a bunch of folks that like to go to the French Quarter, whether they go to Bayou Classic game or Step Show or not. They just like to go and hang out.
Not
sure what you're looking for. Oh, yes, I am.
If you go into the Quarter,
yeah.
Now you said something when you talk about our tradition, and you know where we come from. There were guys who would get on their bikes and go to the Quarter. They wasn't interested in the Quarter. They was interested in what they hustling, right?
Yep, that's right.
Actually, the reality, taking advantage of opportunity for people visiting.
Yep.
That's been part of the tradition of this city.
Yep.
When Lil Lou and them with the special event was in town, man, they make sure their bikes was fixed. And
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Ride around looking for suckers.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to be talking about Bayou Classic some more during the show today. I do want to touch on this case out of Livingston Parish, which is really, really bothering me. 14-year-old girl arrested, facing charges of first-degree murder after allegedly killing her newborn daughter. So Louisiana State Police officers were called to Our Lady of Lake Medical Center in Walker after this 14-year-old showed up seeking treatment. But the treatment wasn't for delivering the baby, because the baby had been born at home, and the mom, according to the police, put the baby in a tote bag, and
baby was later
found
in that
extensive injuries to the neck. Yeah. And as you know, anybody who's handled an infant, even more than a day, few hours old, you know they're very fragile.
Yeah, I mean, in many cases, you have to take the umbilical cord from around the neck,
right,
wrapped around the body. And if the baby was had at home, that wasn't the best environment, especially if there weren't doulas or medical professionals there. And it's an unfortunate story, but a 14-year-old, first of all, should not have been having a baby.
Right.
And that you would hope that 14-year-old was in a house, in an environment where they were responsible parents or adults to shepherd that and guide that child. But it seems like that wasn't the case. And so the life of an infant was lost, and now the life of a 14-year-old will be disturbed by the court system and by enforcement.
Yep. The child, she is a child. She's booked in Florida Parish's Juvenile Detention Center. And
but you can't
her life was changed forever when she became pregnant, of course, with a full-term baby, not established for any adoption or a family member. The death.
Yeah, but you can't gloss over the fact, the comment that you made earlier, that the mother put the baby in a tote bag.
Yes.
The 14-year-old mom.
Yeah.
That's aiding and abetting.
Yeah.
Look, one of the challenges we have out here, and hey guys, look, this is a talk show, so OT's back in talk show mode, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So before y'all go nuts about anything I say, we're co-hosting, we're talking about it.
Yep.
That's the problem when you have irresponsible people who have the label of parents or guardians, but don't know how to parent or guard.
Yeah.
And that's why our children who are born deserve to be born into more stable communities, more stable environments, but also a more stable house. So whoever the mother of that 14-year-old was, she wasn't the kind of person that should have been blessed with children.
No.
Now, you can talk about all the social ills and dynamics and that affected her and that created who she was. That's fine. But we ain't talking about that now.
Right.
We're talking about a 14-year-old shouldn't have had a baby. who was in a house with a mama who shouldn't have had a 14-year-old.
Right. Yep.
Period.
Yep. There's
504.
Yeah.
What's the phone number?
504-582-9422. 504-582-9422. That's the talk line where we talk.
We talk.
We talk.
We talk. We
We
talk.
talk.
We,
You know,
we talk.
14 years old. It's just been bothering the hell out of me.
Well, I'm going to say that we're living in a topsy-turvy world, right? Whether it's the irresponsibility that happens in homes, whether it's the facts that in many cases people feel like they can do what they want, when they want, how they want, whenever they want to, whoever they want. Whether we're living in a state now that needs to be more of a partner than a predator. You're trying to pick on New Orleans when you ain't fixed your stuff. Whether we live in a nation now where we got a goofy, ego-driven president and we got Democrats and Republicans whose job is to talk to each other and legislate together, who don't talk to each other and don't legislate together. And in a world where everybody seems to want to take advantage of the least of thee. And I'm hoping at some point we get through this period in time and people at least start to fellowship or have some divine guidance or faith, whatever religion or faith that you may want to call that. But something happens, man, to create a more civil environment, more responsible environment, whether it's in the house, whether it's on another continent, or whether it's in the White House.
Right. Yep. Indeed. I know we need to go to break, so let's do that. The talk line is 504-582-9422, 504-582-9422. You're hearing our voices, and we would love to hear yours. How do you feel about this 14-year-old situation with this infant in the tote bag? How do you feel about the
mama who put the dead baby in the tote bag? 504-582-9422. Let's fix it, y'all.
All right, it's 7:27. You're listening to WBOK, 12:30 a.m., what New Orleans is talking about. All day long.
This is your news update for WBOK from WDSU. For all your news and weather, watch WDSU News, New Orleans' leader in live, local, late-breaking news. Today at noon and 4 p.m.
Low in threat for severe weather. A few storms possible early with another round possible in the afternoon. Main impact will be spotty, heavy downpours with strong winds. Highs will be near record-breaking for some between 81 and 84 degrees. Rain is done by the evening with overnight lows in the low to upper 50s. Highs only in the 70s Wednesday and the 60s for Thanksgiving. From the WDSU First Warning Weather Center, I'm Raven Richard.
On Auto Trends with JeffCars.com, here's a snippet of some of what we cover. GPS pioneer Gladys West.
We worked long hours computing trajectory orbits and satellite orbits, trying to get the data and everything correct enough.
Auto analyst Mark Bland.
14 new vehicle deals that happen in this country out of every 100 that women don't have a fingerprint on.
To tune in, check out Auto Trends with JeffCars.com. Saturdays at 4 p.m. on WBOK, what New Orleans is talking about.
Tired of the impersonal one-size-fit-all style of banking? You deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank Standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for businesses and families because we go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business, good for life. Stop by any New Orleans area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
Visit DePaul's new Algiers Health Center at 2801 General de Gaulle Drive to receive primary and preventive care for both adults and children. Services also include behavioral health, imaging, and on-site pharmacy, vision, Medicaid enrollment assistance, and more. For appointments, visit DePaulCommunityHealthCenters.org or call 504-207-3060.
Are you passionate about community safety and police accountability? Tune in to The Monitor's Mic, where we talk about oversight, policing, and you. Hosted by the Office of Independent Police Monitor, we're here to shine a light on policing issues that matter, from real-time policing updates to in-depth interviews. Get the facts and stay informed. We're breaking down complex issues, highlighting community voices, and holding people behind the badge accountable. Join us for an informative hour every Friday at noon on WBOK. Your city, your police, your show. The Monitor's Mic.
A message from the community scientist. Do you live or work in St. James, St. John, St. Charles, Ascension, Calcasieu, Baton Rouge, or St. Bernard Parish? You may be exposed to harmful chemicals like phthalates, BPA, and flame retardants found in everyday products but linked to serious health risks. That's why the Community Scientist, a program of Rise St. James, brings you clear, science-based facts that protect your health and our environment. Stay informed, stay empowered. Visit risestjames.org today.
You've got responsibilities, but that doesn't mean your dreams are on hold. At Southern University at New Orleans, our evening and weekend college is designed with your life in mind. Finish your degree, start a new one, on your time, your degree, your schedule. No excuses, just opportunity. Visit suno.edu and make your next move today.
Meet Leanna, a part-time chef and full-time mom. In the past, Leanna didn't have health insurance because she didn't think she could afford it. What she didn't realize is she qualified for Medicaid. She loves the coverage and peace of mind that comes with high-quality care. The kind of care you get with Healthy Blue. This is Medicaid, and it's for more people than you think. Maybe even you. To see if you qualify, go to myhealthybluela.com.
Good morning, wake up. The Good Morning Show. Good morning. On WBOK.
Good morning, and welcome back to the Good Morning Show. For those of you all who have been listening to us, I say us. I am Will Sutton, and to my right is Oliver Thomas, OT.
In the house, baby. Happy holidays.
All right, thanks for coming back, joining us,
man. Thanks for inviting me, man.
Yeah.
I'm like a vampire. I can't come in unless you invite. I'm like Dracula, light-skinned Blackula, right?
Yeah, right.
I can't come in unless you invite me, man. You know.
Yep. Well, we got national news of all kinds, and we got national news involving National Guard, involving ICE, and now the Border Patrol. And so now it's not just national news.
Wait, you said Border Patrol? Wait,
Border?
What, we going to stop all them?
The Border Patrol.
You talking about the Louisiana-Texas border?
No,
the Mississippi-Alabama border?
Yeah, well, we're going to find out.
We're going to find out.
We're going to find out.
They're going to stop all them Cowboy fans from coming in?
Well, good morning, Alana Oldhams. How you doing, young sister?
Good morning. I'm talking to two of my most favorite people. Will, it's so good to be with you. OT, you know how we go way back, brother. It's really great
I'm going to vote for you.
Well, I appreciate that. I really do. And we're glad to have you back in the leadership capacity that you're in. Even though it doesn't say mayor, that doesn't mean that you're not a leader and one for all.
Well, one thing I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think we can see.
My predictions came true.
You're a prophet. You're a prophet.
Negro Damas. Go ahead, Alana Odom, superstar. Man.
All right. So ACLU is always on top of some of everything when it comes to our rights, and so often telling us ahead of time. So everybody talking about ICE now. Y'all been talking about ICE. We talking about Louisiana National Guard, and they are, y'all been talking about that.
Will, I'd like to jump in a minute. I don't just want to narrow what Director Odoms and the ACL have been doing. It's been really more than ICE. They've been setting the table for in terms of how do we set up guardrails around this country, this state, and this city. Because Atlanta, to her benefit, her team, they saw what was coming once the election was over. So though we're talking specifically about ICE, Border Patrol, and certain issues, I think, Ms. Odoms, what you and your team did was y'all put us on notice a long time ago. Now we're seeing that happen. Thank you.
Yeah, I really appreciate you saying that. And, just so our community understands, we've been working in the space of immigration and trying to, really attack this mass deportation and detention crisis that we've had in the state of Louisiana for the last 5 years. I've been director of the ACLU for 7 years, and really the first year and a half to 2 years, we were still working in the space, but that's when we were trying to identify how many detention centers we have in the state. And at that time, I believe we had about 5 or 6. Now we have 11. And so this has been an expanding, I would call it a pandemic, epidemic. But as you know, and as our viewers likely know, because it's likely touched their lives, this state is obsessed with mass incarceration. We're obsessed with mass incarceration of our own citizens, but we are also obsessed with incarcerating anyone who comes into this country. And unfortunately, based on the leadership in this state, or the lack thereof, I should say, via this really vengeful and violent governor and his minions, this state has really become a refuge for ICE, for Border Patrol, for really, really terrible enforcement practices that on any given day, there are about 8,000 people in immigrant detention here in the state of Louisiana. And over the year, if you look at it across a year, there are 65,000 people who come through this state. And that means essentially billions of dollars for private prisons and millions of dollars to sheriffs, essentially, to warehouse essentially human bodies, black and brown, and that's really, really important. So that is what has led us to the moment that we're in, and what's tipping us into this crisis where we have Customs and Border Patrol essentially kind of threatening to invade our city is essentially a conspiracy, I say, with the President of the United States, who has empowered Border Patrol with about $45 million to essentially spend on terrorizing American citizens and immigrants. And the reason why I say terrorizing American citizens and immigrants is if you look across the cities that have had these invasions, you see American citizens being accosted, being tackled, being beaten, being dragged away, and individuals who are trying to help prevent their immigrant friends, family members, and colleagues from being taken, beaten, and dragged away. You also see those people obviously experiencing that same kind of excessive force and harassment. And so this is not just something that's happening to our immigrant community members. This is something that's happening to American citizens. And I think that's a really important thing for our community to know.
So one of the things that been added to the conversation is the idea of the Border Patrol coming into New Orleans and this region. Can you give our WBOK listeners a quick overview of the difference between like ICE and Border Patrol and what Border Patrol has traditionally done?
I was there to stop all them Atlanta Hawks people from crossing our Atlanta Falcons people from crossing our border.
He's joking. He got jokes this morning, but the truth is exactly. Customs and Border Patrol are the agents that are usually securing our borders. Those are not individuals who do what we call interior enforcement. Immigrations and customs enforcement usually are folks who, we actually have a regional office here, the New Orleans ICE field office. It's at Poydras Street. A lot of people know that location. It's right next door to our office. Yes. It's 1250 Poydras. A lot of times you'll see a lot of people coming in and out of that space. Sometimes you see people protesting. Exactly. So that's customs. ICE is immigration and customs enforcement. Now, those are the people lots of people who are attempting to get legal status here are under what are called orders of supervision, or OSUPs, OSUPs. Those individuals, the people who are coming in and out of that building all day long, are people who are checking in with ICE. They are here, they are, and I say lawfully, which is a really important thing, lawfully here, because ICE is aware that they are here. And they have set up, it's kind of like probation and parole. They've set up a check-in system with these folks. They know where they're employed. They know where their kids go to school. They know how many kids they have. They know exactly where they've been, how long they've been here. So those people are not violating any laws. And they're checking in with ICE. And that is that kind of back and forth flow that you see. Customs and Border Patrol are the people who are checking your immigration status or your naturalization status or what status that you have when you're crossing a border, when you're going from here to Mexico, when you're going from here to Canada, anytime you're coming in and out of the country. So it's very, very distinct. And what we have here is a galvanization under this guy Bovino, who's supposed to be, who's very well known to be very, very violent, and to have essentially started recruiting thousands of rogue, I think, people who are willing to kind of execute these very violent orders into Customs and Border Patrol. And so the allegations, now these are all allegations, but I think based upon what we've seen in Charlotte and some and other cities, they're pretty credible. About 250 Customs and Border Patrol agents are supposed to descend on our great city, beginning what they're calling a swamp sweep, which I think is absolutely disgusting, that name, but beginning a swamp sweep on December 1st. And so those 250 agents have articulated that they are going to be looking for 5,000 people. And they're looking in New Orleans. They may be looking at some other parishes, including Baton Rouge, potentially other cities. We don't have that information specifically. Of course, Kenner, St. Bernard, exactly. So wherever they have, what we've learned from our colleagues in North Carolina, so obviously we have an ACLU we have 54 ACLUs all over the country, and we have a state affiliate in North Carolina. And so what they've told us is that what these folks do is they come into the community and into a parish, into a city, into a town, and they essentially look for the Hispanic businesses. They look for the zip codes that have the Latino community members. They have a lot of this information from ICE about the people who are on orders of supervision, but then they also just Google, right? They will find, obviously, Williams Boulevard, and they know that location has a high percentage of residents who are from the Hispanic community. And so they essentially just go, and they have addresses, obviously,
so
like
let me
I told
ask this
you.
question, then, especially since you've identified if someone who's from here, I know where their populations are. Though we may be talking about New Orleans, you have one of the smallest percentage of Hispanic populations in New Orleans, then you do St. Bernard, parts of Jefferson Parish, and especially Kenner. So if we know that those areas in the region are more likely to be focused on, what are we doing to say that, hey, look, New Orleans may be what everybody wants to identify with, but the bigger problems when you talk about raids and where the population is are actually in some of our surrounding parish. Why are we not focusing or talking about that, and what are we doing within those parishes to make sure that people are protected?
Yeah, that's a very, very, very good point. And so what we're doing at the ACLU of Louisiana is really we're taking a statewide approach. We are really focusing on all of the communities that we know are Hispanic communities and trying to coordinate services in all of those communities. So there is a coalition that works, a nonprofit coalition of organizations that focus on immigrants' rights, where we are trying to stand up services to reach out to all of the communities that you've identified. One of the ways that we're doing that is we've set up a hotline, and this hotline is essentially there for any community member in any community, obviously, especially the communities that you have named, to be able to reach out and to identify when federal agents are there where there's any activity. Customs and Border Patrol have come into the area. They've heard tips about people coming into the area. And I'd love to be able to give that hotline and for you all to share that hotline out as much as possible. It's 504-221-1499. Again, that number is 504-221-1499. And so that's there. And it's also there for people to be able to access what we're calling this mutual aid network. So many members of the coalition are involved in providing mutual aid, so financial support, grocery delivery support for people who are sheltering in place. So I think what we've seen from other places is that people are not going to go to work. They're not going to send their children to school. They're essentially going to be sheltering in place, which honestly, from what I can determine, is the safest thing for people to do, because if they are in the public space, they are going to be questioned, they're going to be attacked, they're going to be abducted. And so in order to ensure that people still have access to the vital necessities that they need, this coalition is also standing up a mutual aid network to be able to get food and medicine and water and those kinds of things to people who are sheltering in place. We're also doing a really important Know Your Rights training, and that's actually happening tonight, Tuesday, November 25th at 7 p.m. If you go to the link in our bio at laaclu.org, or if you go to our Instagram, ACLU of Louisiana, if you click into that link, you'll see in our bio there's information for registration there. That Know Your Rights training is going to be critical. What it's going to do is it's going to let you know what your rights are in various different situations. If you are accosted on the street, if ICE or Border Patrol comes to your home, if ICE or Border Patrol comes to your business, if ICE stops you in your vehicle, all of that relevant information, how you can protect yourself while you're moving, if you have to go to work, if you have to go to school, if you have to go somewhere, we are going to help to do our best to let you know that you still have rights and how you can best protect yourself. And so that training is going to be really important. This is the first of many that we're going to be standing up tonight. But we're doing this all kind of, as quickly as possible. We're standing up this network.
Yeah, Ms. Fodor, I'd like to stay there because, unlike a lot of folk, I mean, we each of us have experiences that are unique to our own lives. And for everyone who knows me, knows that I am a formerly incarcerated person. And one of the things that when I was in Oakdale, there's an immigration court in Oakdale. One of our very good friends, a Hispanic brother, Mr. Jesse, he was an older gentleman. We befriended a lot of New Orleans guys with him while we were in prison. And I never forget sitting down with him with his story. What people don't know is he was never really convicted. He was charged, but not sentenced. But within the immigration laws, they detained him for 2 years, where he would have to, within the 2 years, they had the right to hold him and send him back and forth to the immigration court. Oh, my God. Then he would come back. And after 2 years, then they would let him go. But for 2 years, he could be held. Now, he was suspected of drug trafficking. They never could convict him of drug, but they held him and imprisoned him for 2 years while they were trying to figure out exactly what they wanted to do. That's not how the law should be used. And I would like you to touch on that. We talk about the law is that under the immigration status, if they suspect you, they can round you up and hold you. And if I remember his case, for a maximum of 2 years. Miss Odom.
Yeah, so here's the thing. We're actually challenging this very kind of double jeopardy or unlawful prosecution that you're talking about, OT. So a couple of months ago, you'll remember that the governor and Kristi Noem and a bunch of national officials stood in front of the old Camp J at Angola.
Right.
And they talked about opening a new Camp 57.
Right.
Where people who are criminals, who are immigrants, were going to be held there for their for the better part of the rest of their lives. They said as long as possible they were going to be holding people there. And so we filed a lawsuit, and we're still in the process of identifying additional plaintiffs because we were actually able to go to Camp J. And I'll say this, if you know Angola,
I do.
And you know Camp J, and I know
my
you
best
do.
friend there for years. I used to visit him there.
Yeah, I mean, this is first of all, just to state at the outset, this is a facility, a part of Angola that was shut down because it was so uninhabitable as far as its conditions, as far as the vermin, as far as the lack of heat or air conditioning. It was deemed by the court to be a place that no human being should be held in, right?
Correct.
And we worked really hard with a bunch of other organizations to sue, to actually have them condemn Camp J as not habitable for human beings. And this is the place that the governor and the attorney general and the Department of Homeland Security decided to reopen and fashion it as an immigration detention center. And I think, OT, you bring up a really good point. And this is the same point that we bring up in our lawsuit. Immigration, any kind of immigration infraction, if you are thought to be in the country unlawfully, or if the government simply decides that your visa is not one that they want to honor anymore, which that has happened, they detain you, right. But it is not a criminal. It is not a criminal infraction. It is not a criminal charge. And so what we've done is we've blended immigration detention with incarceration, criminal incarceration. And we've done that in two ways, or possibly even more, but two that I will share with you this morning. And those two ways are this. One, the immigration detention centers are in the same facilities as criminal facilities.
That's absolutely correct.
And so that, I mean, holding a person who has been alleged of committing a civil infraction, meaning they are deemed to be in the country unlawfully as a civil infraction, holding them in a criminal facility is criminal.
And what people didn't realize, in the one in Oakdale, you had Africans and Haitians.
Well, this is what I'm about. This is what I'm about to tell you. So if you know, you know. Yeah, this is not just Hispanic people. So we conducted a Know Your Rights actual visit where we took some people to prison. And I think, frankly, if you live in the state of Louisiana and you haven't been to any of our prisons, you should, because it will give you a totally different idea of whatever you think incarceration is. You will have your mind blown when you find out who is behind bars. OT is exactly right. You all know about the war in Russia, between Russia and Ukraine, and that authoritarian Putin, and how he's, totally destroyed the lives of all these Ukrainian people. Well, guess who is in our immigration detention centers? People who have fled Russia, who do not agree with Putin, and were going to be attacked because they didn't agree with him. And Ukrainians, people who had to flee that country and came to this country seeking asylum, safety, refuge. They are in our immigration detention center.
So let me ask you this question, right? Because I'm familiar with it a little bit, and then you're an expert, especially on the law. We don't want rapists and murderers and child molesters and domestic violence abusers in this country. Period. Anybody that's hurting us, if you're here illegally, if you're a criminal, then I think most people would say, then you should pay consequences for your actions, because too many black men did in my neighborhood when we were raided in our community in the 70s with heroin mandatory minimums and crack mandatory minimums, and no one put up a fuss about watching our brothers and sisters and relatives being taken from our community. But we're here now. I have said that what do we do to coordinate these efforts? I have said publicly that you shouldn't be raiding job sites or sending out posses to round people up. If someone is here and someone is hurting us, what should we do to remove them?
So, OT, I think, I hear what you're saying, and I know there's one thing. So we have the 13th Amendment, and that allegedly abolished slavery, right? And then this exception that we have for you can still be a slave
Without
if you
conviction.
are a criminal, right? If you have been convicted of a crime, you can still hold that distinction. And essentially all that means is that we can take your labor, we can lock you up as long as we want. And that's what they've done to our communities. But the reason why I bring up the 13th Amendment and the reason why I bring up this kind of designation as criminal is because what this government has done to black people and brown people is once you have this designation as criminal, they can do whatever they want to you. And what is happening is that it is not just people who are accused of violent crime that are being designated as criminal. It's people who have been in this country lawfully for years and years and years.
That's where I wanted you to go. Lay that out.
Who are also being designated criminals. You know why? Because their status is being revoked. For example, when the U.S. got involved in the war in Iran, do you know that when the president stuck his nose in that war, a couple of days later, ICE got directives that said round up any Iranian that has been in this country lawfully and take them to jail.
Oh, wow.
They did that.
No.
Yes. And they revoked their status saying that they were illegal because they were suspected of being criminals. And they went and got dozens of Iranians. Now, what happened is, I don't know if you remember this, one of the people that they got was a lady named Donna Kashanian. And Donna Kashanian lived in Lakeview. And Donna Kashanian,
I remember now.
You remember this?
Yeah.
And Steve Scalise got involved, and Kennedy folks got involved because they had taken a relatively well-known and protected individual who had resources and power. What they didn't say was there were dozens of students that were also taken, and students are on visas, right? They're on student visas. Right. There are many different ways to be in this country lawfully.
Yep.
Working visas, student visas, K-1 visas. Now, these students' visas, guess what? They were valid, but they were revoked unilaterally by the government. And so I really want to test this kind of idea of who can be criminal because, yes, of course, if you have committed a criminal offense, you've been convicted of a criminal offense, and you've served criminal time, yes, that is a conviction. That is a criminal offense. If it is a felony, that is a felony conviction. However, that definition of criminality is being blanketed over millions of people. And I think when, of course, the news, they want a very easy and very simple headline. Criminals shouldn't be in this country, right? Yes, of course they shouldn't be in this country. Okay, let's get rid of all the criminals. When, in fact, we're now talking about people who've committed no criminal offense.
Right.
There are people in Angola.
What is criminal?
Yeah,
all right, we're gonna have to go to.
But that's why I
break.
wanted you to close out on that because you can be fooled by. Of course, everyone wants violent people. People are hurting us, but they're not stopping there. They're really rounding up people who've been here serving, working, our neighbors for a long time, and there has to be a better way or a different way of doing it. Thank you.
Can I also make this point before we go out if we have to take a break? Listen, one of the main points that we're arguing in the Angola case, the Camp J case, is double jeopardy. So I think we all agree that if you have committed a criminal offense, let's say your friend in Oakdale, let's say he did in fact do the drug trafficking that they were suggesting. He probably didn't, but let's say he did. He served his time, right? So where do we actually get to a place in this country where no matter your status, your origin, if we are locking you up and you have done the amount of time that is requisite for whatever you were charged with and you were convicted of, should you be rearrested and held as a criminal? Right. No, you shouldn't.
Right.
You shouldn't, because we have protections against that.
All right, one more time for the event tonight. What time, where is that, and what is the phone number to call?
Yes, please call the hotline if you have any information about federal agents in your community, 504-221-1499. Again, that number is 504-221-1499. Also tonight, free online Know Your Rights training with the ACLU and ACLU of Louisiana, 7 p.m. Central Time. That's 8 p.m. Eastern. If you have friends that want to join in from another part of the country, you can register at the link in our bio, ACLU of Louisiana on Instagram. Click into our bio in the link tree, and you will find the registration information.
All right, Alana Odoms, thank you so much for joining us for a bit of your Tuesday morning. Very important information. And far too many people are on edge because we don't know what's coming in. Watching what's happening elsewhere, we have an idea. So we don't want to see that happening around these parts. So
what we want to do is we want to give people power, not panic. Just remind people of that all day as much as you can. Power, not panic. When you have information, when you have knowledge, you have power. And when you have power, you don't need to panic.
All right. Very good. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank
we'll
you.
be in touch. Have a blessed day.
I wish they'd have stopped all them Falcon fans from coming in.
All right, folks, we're going to go to break. And when we come back, we're going to be talking with our friend Doc Griggs, and we'll be talking with Dr. Lauren Powell. Of course, we've got a big Bayou Classic weekend ahead, but the National Medical Association, Biogen, have something special that you might want to know about. You're listening to WBOK, 1230 a.m., what New Orleans is talking about all day long.
Oh.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat, brought to you by FidelityWealthManagement.com. Former Toronto Raptors GM Masai Ujiri is hard at work in Africa. He's co-founder of Giants of Africa, a nonprofit that's looking to help educate and enrich young people throughout the continent through the sport of basketball. Speaking on the sidelines of the Bloomberg Africa Summit in Johannesburg, Ujiri talked about how the lack of sports infrastructure is holding the continent back.
You think about Nairobi, you think about Joburg here, you think about Lagos, you think of Abidjan, Accra, no arenas. Imagine those put in the middle of the city, somewhere in the cities, with all the hubs, the districts around them, and all the things that fans, people want to engage in these kind of places. And that's what we're trying to really replicate here.
Ujiri says that Africa has enough talent to build sports leagues from the ground up. Current NBA stars like Joel Embiid and Pascal Siakam are good examples. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
Are you like everybody else in the world who has no idea what to get everyone for the holidays? Well, you're in luck. We got you. Hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Because with hands-free Skechers slip-ins, you just step into them and they're on. There's no bending down, no touching, no fuss. Plus, Skechers slip-ins come in everyone's favorite styles and colors. And you can get slip-ins everywhere stylish footwear is sold, including a Skechers store. Or if you're too busy to shop in person, just get them online at Skechers.com, Amazon, and more.
New Orleans, this is Councilman Freddie King III. This holiday season, we're inspiring the city by giving back with our annual Inspire the City Turkey and Ham Giveaway.
And this is Kim Charbonnet of the 6th Ward Steppers. Please join us on Tuesday, November 25th at Alice Hart Charter School at 10 a.m. and then we'll be at Mahalia Jackson Theater for 2.
Each vehicle will receive a turkey or ham, a perishable food package, and limited gas cards will be available while supplies last.
We're coming together to make sure families across New Orleans feel the love this Thanksgiving.
Because when we come together, we inspire the city.
This is The Law in Your Legacy. I'm attorney Pete Hamilton.
I'm attorney Ryan Hamilton.
When it comes to family planning, should you go with a will or a trust?
A will is like leaving instructions to the court. It tells them who gets what, but your family still has to go through a succession, which can be costly and time consuming.
A trust, on the other hand, avoids court altogether. So when the time comes, everything transfers smoothly to your loved ones.
It's a little more work up front, but way less hassle and expense later. Plan smart, save time, and take care of your family.
This is not legal advice. That's just a tip brought to you by Liberty Bank and Trust. For more information, go to libertybank.net or contact us at 504-915-5016.
Looking to join an organization that is committed to help promote economic development in New Orleans East? Look no further. The Greater New Orleans East Business Alliance is a member-based nonprofit organization made up of business owners and local professionals united for the purpose to promote business development in Eastern New Orleans. If you want to become a member, call us at 504-957-3568.
Good morning. Wake up. The Good Morning Show. Good morning. On WBOK.
And welcome back to the Good Morning Show. I'm Will Sutton, and with me here is none other than Oliver Thomas, OT.
In the house, baby.
All right. Good to see you here.
Good to be with you, WS.
All right. And we've got our friend Doc Griggs.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Dr. Griggs in the house. Dr. Eric Griggs.
Get moving.
And on the phone, let's see who we got on the phone. Dr. Lauren Powell, are you there?
Good morning. Yes, I am.
Wonderful. This is Will Sutton and Oliver Thomas, OT.
Power with Powell.
And Dr. Griggs is in studio, so thank you so much for joining us by phone. I know you are looking forward to being at the Bayou Classic.
And we were looking forward to being in the studio, too.
Yeah, right.
But technology, we understand.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Yeah. But y'all got some interesting and good things going on, Dr. Griggs and Dr. Powell, focused on health as a part of what's going on with Bayou Classic.
3 times around?
It was 2 times around, but and we've expanded it. So OT will tell us we've been doing this thing for a long time. The very first one. Yeah. We're putting a little healthy in our fun. The NMA Region 5, we represent 50,000 African American doctors in the country. We partnered with Biogen, Dr. Powell, who is a Xavier grad, by the way.
Hey.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
has partnered. Dr. Powell, you want to tell them about Biogen?
Absolutely. Well, first, thank you very much for having me on this morning. And I look forward. I'm going to be there later today, so I look forward to coming back home, as I say. So, Biogen is a global biotech company. We focus on making breakthroughs happen. We believe so very heavily in science and the ability to bring new therapeutics to market that really help patients. We drive solutions to help make life better for patients. And so my job is I am head of health equity in drug development. And so it's my job to think about how health equity applies to the entire drug development process. And so we are excited to have partnered with Region 5 of NMA for now going on 2 years, I think, and with many more years to come, I see in the future. I'm excited to return to Bayou Classic.
Wonderful. So we've got a special event coming up.
Yeah, so we have several events. Like what's interesting is, Councilman said, you can remember when I started the first 2 times around the dome. Get checked, get fit, get moving. And that was 13 years ago. Well, I've expanded and my team has grown to all partner with the NMA, 50,000 of the National Medical Association for us. So we're going to have several events starting on that Thursday. We have the parade that starts at 3 o'clock. It's going to be amazing. 3 o'clock, parade starts at 3. We have the NMA Region 5, Biogen, and Aetna. You'll see able to see us. And I am hammering in today's times. I'm hammering everyone. If you are a doctor, I want you to wear your white coat. They need to see us.
All right.
Where we at? We right here.
Okay.
Right here.
All right.
And then Friday, we have a lupus wellness brunch. We'll have Dr. Tamika Webb-Detige, rheumatologist, Dr. Shamalyn Johnson, a mental health specialist, and Charmaine Taylor, a patient advocate. It's all sponsored by Region 5 and Biogen. And Dr. Powell can get more into that. And then we have Business at Bayou on Friday. We did the Health and Wellness Fireside Chats from 10 to 4. Noon, we have a rare disease panel. And at 2:30, we have a cardiovascular panel. And Saturday is the big thing.
All right.
It's the game.
Yeah.
But what we're doing, in lieu of the walk, the 2 times around the dome, we have, with Bayou Classic, we partnered with our partners, and we're presenting the Wellness Yard for the first time. In the Wellness Yard, you will see a number of community partners. You'll see screenings. We have LCMC. We'll have the NMA is going to have the Ask the Doc. And, of course, in my style, bring your hula hoop and hips and your hopscotch and feet. And, I've gotten... I've gained a little rhythm over the years. Y'all can help me do a little line. Bring your fan, because I'm going to be...
You learn how to second line yet?
A little bit. Just a little bit. And then, of course, we'll lead to the game. So it's going to culminate in this thing, again, putting healthy in our fun, but modeling for those that are watching in our communities who we are.
So Dr. Powell and Dr. Griggs, of course, let's talk about this health movement, Get Checked, Get Fit, Get Moving. Years ago, you would do your segment here on WBOK. Chronic illnesses, Dr. Powell, still plague the African-American community. Even with Dr. Griggs' efforts 13 years ago that encouraged people, we've had some highs and some lows, some peaks and some valleys. Dr. Powell and Griggs, what do we do to especially in urban areas, Detroit, St. Louis, and New Orleans, when you talk about chronic illness from obesity to mental illness, the African-American community usually leads in all those national categories. How do we make sustainable efforts in those areas? Because it's been a real issue for decades.
So I'll let Dr. Powell start, because we got a history, beating this drum for a long time.
Yeah.
Dr. Powell?
Yeah, well, it's a great point, and it is very true. I think that sustainable... I'll start off by saying, my background is in public health, and I worked even in state government, prior to coming into working in private industry. And sustainable, shifts in population health all around are very, very hard. But I think this is why community connection, community engagement are so very important. Because when I can't necessarily see myself in a message that may come from someone that doesn't look like me or doesn't understand the context of my life or my living, or even the culture of my cuisine, right? It's important for me to be able to hear a message from someone who looks like me and has my cultural experiences. So I do think that community engagement is so very important. And I think some of the work that we're trying to do here is we're coming back now. We also came to see you during the summer for Essence, and trying to bring conversations around health, around wellness, to activities that we think are maybe just for fun, right? We can talk about our health, and we can talk about being healthy in lots of different atmospheres. It doesn't have to just be relegated to going to the doctor's office. And it doesn't have to just be relegated to hearing messages from maybe physicians or other healthcare leaders who may not look like you or reflect your community. So I think this is one step, but I think there are so many other steps we also have to take that, also include policy. There's, changes in the workforce that are needed. There are lots of additional changes that are needed, but I do think this is one step.
So interestingly with that, that's why I said I wanted to let you kind of go first. The fact that we're here 13 years later, and again, I have to take my hat up. My entire life changed and career changed when I came in to do a random interview at WBOK when I was trying to study and go to law school.
Yeah.
Years ago. Years ago. And the next thing I know, here we are 13 years later, Get Checked, Get Fit, Get Moving. The sustainability piece is keeping the message. And again, the reason my push now is for med students, pharmacy students, nursing students, all those degrees they say aren't professional, they're professional. The community needs to see that we are here, we've been here, and we will be here. But the thing is, when you go to the barbershop, beauty salon, grocery store, you don't know that Councilman Thomas is a doctor. You don't know Mr. Sutton is a doctor.
Yeah,
no, you wear your coat. You let people, because what they see is what they'll be. And, you live your life and show people that we're regular people and we can take care of us. And that's the sustainability message. My grandmother always said, what you give the community, they give back 1,000-fold. And if God gives you the gift of education, it's your job. She said it was our job to pay for it, but your job to give it away.
And I see you guys have wrapped some events into here. My mother-in-law suffers from lupus, and I know what that can do. And then y'all have the wellness yard. So there are a few events that are wrapped into these events.
Yeah, and Dr. Powell is with rare diseases with lupus, and that's a conversation we need to have, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. We know that lupus disproportionately impacts Black and brown women, and that Black women are usually diagnosed much more later and with severity of disease than their other counterparts. And so my mom actually has lupus as well, and so I have seen how the disease can progress and show up in so many different ways. It's also a very mysterious illness. It's hard to diagnose, can sometimes be difficult to treat, and so we are very focused on raising disease awareness around lupus, and we're excited about this event that we have coming up, in which we're going to continue to share more information about lupus, but we're also going to take a slightly different spin on how we talk about this, and we're going to talk about it from a holistic perspective, from a mental health perspective, as well as from a physiological health perspective. And we know that the mental health connection is so very important, and that, you know, when you don't feel well in your body, there are also correlations to that in not feeling well in your mind and in your spirit too. And so we want to address that holistically for patients.
And, you know, one of the big things that we're bringing with the Wellness Yard, again, the 2 times around the dome has turned into now a 4-hour event right in the middle of FanFest.
Right.
I can get my groove on while we're trying to help people with their health.
Yeah.
We have an Ask the Doc booth set up where it's you know, outside of a doctor's office, where you can just actually walk up and talk to someone that looks like you about anything that might be plaguing or affecting your family. We have a lot of rare diseases in our community, and we rarely talk about it out loud, and especially outside the doctor's office. We talked over the years, we talk about how Black men, we lie to our families about going to the doctor. Did you go to the doctor? Yes. We ain't go to no doctor.
Right.
You go to the doctor, they tell you that you might be hypertensive or that you might need to lose weight. And how to go at the doctor? Fine. They tell you to do anything special? No, we're good.
Well, one of the comments that's made in our community, Doc, we've talked about this, and Dr. Powell, is that Black men will say, I'm not going to the doctor because he might tell me something I don't want to hear. Which is a crazy way to think about it.
And the longer you put it off, the more likely you are to hear that. So one of the challenges that I try to make, especially with Black men, is you start going to all of your child's doctor visits with them, especially little boys, and then they start going with you. You model the behavior, but you're also bringing an advocate to you as the tides of times change in our lives. Your child becomes your advocate just like you were, and it shows that it's okay to go to the doctor. Women have a different experience. We talk about all the time. When they hit puberty, it turns into these wellness visits. It's uncomfortable, but they talk, and how are you doing in school, the whole night. Every time we go to the doctor as Black men, a lot of times it is bad, because if you play, especially if you played sports, you had to get that sports physical.
Right.
You had to get a shot.
Right.
You get your 30s. It's bad news. You might have this. You might have that, and next thing you know, it could be a fatal decision not to follow up. So, starting those conversations, taking them from the doctor's office to the car ride home, now to the Bayou Classic. So we make health ubiquitous. We put some fun, some health in our fun.
Yeah. So
absolutely.
Where is the event going to be held where they can ask a doc?
So believe it or not, again, that's why I said we're infusing the healthy and the fun right there at FanFest. Right there on the Girard Street corridor. You'll see these columns. They say the wellness yard, and you know we know about the yard, the wellness yard. But you can get some healthy in your fun, and it's the vertical mentoring. If you can see the doctors, you can see the pharmacy, you can see the nurses with the students. There might be a little kid there that believes, because they see you, that they can do exactly what you do, and you can show them the steps along the way.
So for those who are going to the Greek Step Show and the Battle of the Bands, going to the game, these are events they can attend aside from that. But even if maybe you can't afford to go to one of those ticketed events, can you go to some of these events?
You can absolutely go to these events. They're open to the public. Again, the Wellness Yard will be right there in Champion Square. The stage is here. We have moments on stage where we're going to showcase our white coats on stage, and then we're going to. Well, that's a surprise. We'll work our way back there and lead us back to the healthy, all with smiling along the way. The other events, I'll put up I'll say the website. If you go to NMARegion5.com, 2025 /2025 Bayou Classic, you can see where all these events are. There's no charge for the events.
Wonderful. Wait a minute. Does that include the brunch?
Oh, see, now there you go. I don't.
Yeah, he wants brunch. He wants brunch tickets. He wants to start off unhealthy and then wind up in Dr. Powell's office.
Yeah, no, I don't need to eat anymore.
Well, first of all, guys, thank you guys. You know, and Dr. Griggs, we've had these conversations for years, and Dr. Powell, such a blessing to see. He's just such a young medical expert, someone who not only cares about our profession, but cares about making sure our community is healthy. And my father, Will, used to say, that old 9 Ward man used to say something real simple. He said, you know what? They can be racist and they can be sexist. They can be economic oppression. Mm-hmm. But if we're the healthiest ones, then we'll inherit all of it because we'll be the last ones here.
We win.
We win. And you guys are working hard to help us win.
We really appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Yep.
The thing is, with dealing with rare diseases, you know, what's funny is you talk about we're finally talking about mental health. We're finally talking about all diseases were rare in my family growing up because ain't nobody talk about it.
Right.
What happened?
Right,
You're just gonna go lay down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're excited just to bring the conversation to places where maybe these conversations don't traditionally happen. So that's one step in the right direction, we hope.
No doubt about it.
So if folks attend the events that you have, what are they going to come away with?
What they'll come away with is they'll come away enriched, and most importantly, as you said, you talk about sustainability. It's been a persistent and consistent message. We've tried to be in every room. Dr. Powell mentioned at the state government level, at the policy level, in the realm of public health, in the research room, in the lecture room. We keep trying to keep the same message going. What they're going to come away with is they're going to be enriched, and most importantly, they'll come away with understanding that they didn't have. Dr. Powell?
Yes. Well, they're also going to come away with some practical information and practical tips to apply to their life right now. I think that knowledge truly is power. And so sometimes in our community, knowledge is gatekept. And so we are trying not to gatekeep information. We are trying to provide resources. There will be screenings. Dr. Griggs also mentioned other screenings that will be happening on the ground. We will be certainly offering detailed information about lupus. We'll also be asking folks for some of their opinions and insights even on some information if they are willing to share that, because that also helps us too. And so folks will walk away with quite a bit. I hear that FanFest is quite the exciting and entertaining activity. And so I think folks will walk away with not just a lot of fun, but also some knowledge to apply to their life or to someone else in their family's lives too.
From multiple levels, from screenings by LCMC and others, the LCMC healthcare system, the Ask the Doc NMA Region 5. I mean, you're getting the medical expertise from a representation of 50,000 Black doctors. That's our brain trust. And you have direct access, like we're sitting here now.
Right. Yeah.
And we can be bopping our head to the same beat, asking all about lupus and hypertension.
504-582-9422, man. Take advantage of this opportunity.
All right.
Every time we have these guests, these experts in their field, especially when we talk about chronic illnesses, wellness, and being healthy, if you're a caller out there, give us a call.
We're talking with Dr.
Not
Eric
just see a
Griggs.
doctor, ask a doctor.
That's right. We're talking with Dr. Eric Griggs and Dr. Lauren Powell. They've got a number of events happening during the Bayou Classic weekend, starting on Thursday with the Bayou Classic Thanksgiving Parade. So you all will be out there, and then you got more activities and events on Friday, and then on Saturday, including the Fan Fest as well.
Culminating in the Wellness Yard, like you said, on Thursday after you eat your turkey or before. We don't eat late. We eat early. After you eat your turkey at 3 o'clock, you can catch us downtown at the parade. It starts in Champion Square, and we'll finish there. On Friday, we have the Business at Bayou, the Fireside Chats. And then we have a brunch on that same day, the Lupus Wellness Brunch, which is at the Virgin Hotel from 11:30 to 1:30. The Business at Bayou's at the Hyatt Regency from 10 to 4. Then on Saturday, we have our Fan Fest and our Wellness Yard. And as every year, I will have my hula hoops whether they're walking or not. And you can't beat me, dude. Don't get beat hula hooping by a doc. It's 7 calories per minute, and I can burn about 70.
You're the hula hoop.
It can happen.
If somebody does want to walk around the dome, will you point them in the right direction?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Right up there.
And if you get lost walking around the dome,
just keep walking.
You can just keep walking. You got a problem.
All right. Well, thank you, Dr. Griggs, and thank you, Dr. Powell, for
how
joining us.
how can people get in touch with you guys?
So
also with your medical profession.
So you can go to, I'm at Access Health Louisiana, accesshealthlouisiana.com, and go to /community medicine, and you'll see me there. Then I have DocGriggsEnterprises.com. If you want to know about any of the NMA Region 5, these events, the direct link is NMARegionV5.com /2025 Bayou Classic. Dr. Powell.
Dr. Powell, how can we reach you?
Yes, well, our events are also on the NMA website. I can be found on LinkedIn. That's the easiest way to find me. And you just type in my name, Lauren R. Powell, PhD, MPA. And that's the easiest way to find me.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Or you can Google me.
Looking forward to seeing and hearing what good work you do. Thank you for putting all of this together because Lord knows it can be hard to be healthy in New Orleans. But we need it.
Very hard.
But we need it, and
all
we need
things in moderation.
What'd you say, Dr. Powell?
All things in moderation until it's Mardi Gras, you know.
One drink, one drink. I don't care what holiday it is. One drink, one water, and wash your hands. Wash your hands. Wash your nasty hands.
Okay.
What's one of the favorite sayings in New Orleans? Let me taste that.
Let me taste that.
Give me a little piece of that.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you so much, and you all have a blessed day. Looking forward to
get fit
and be in touch with them. I mean, geez, a free Ask the Doc and some Fan Fest fun and learn about lupus and just get more healthy and get more information. So
more than
that's
a football
all this weekend,
game, guys.
All right.
Than a football.
Thank you.
All right. Listening to WBLK
Thank you so
12:30.
much.
All right. Listening to WBLK 12:30 a.m. what New Orleans is talking about all day long.
WBOK New Orleans, home of the Good Morning Show, 7 to 9 a.m. weekdays.
This news report is brought to you by New Schools for New Orleans.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Former FBI Director James Comey and Black New York Attorney General Letitia James are celebrating after federal cases against them were tossed.
I'm grateful that the court ended the case against me, which was a prosecution based on malevolence and incompetence.
James called the charges baseless, and both say President Trump's Justice Department acted unlawfully. New Orleans Mayor-elect Helena Moreno has launched a website with resources ahead of planned federal immigration enforcement. The directory is at HelenaMorenoLA.com, with more reporting tools coming soon in partnership with Black Council President J.P. Morrell. And former Vice President Kamala Harris wrapped her 107 Days book tour in Miami Thursday night. Harris spoke with Anna Navarro of The View about her historic presidential campaign, Biden's endorsement, and her toughest chapter, election night loss to President Trump. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
This is Dr. Jaquil Ross, the host for Talk That, NOLA Education, brought to you by New Schools for New Orleans. On Talk That, we'll be focusing on the amazing work of educators and students happening inside and around public schools in New Orleans. Our school communities are full of so much talent and promise, so let's talk about it. This month, we'll be joined by Jamar McNeely, Jarrell Bryant, and Dana Peterson for a discussion focused on the importance of Black men in education. Also, we will hear from Kathleen Harris, Dr. Sheila Guidry, and Dr. Kelly Jordan to talk about how NSNO and NOLA Public Schools are supporting a growing English language learner population in our schools. Following that, we will have a conversation with a few representatives from NOLA Public Schools to talk about the upcoming enrollment window for school year 26-27 using the New Orleans Common Application process. So tune in to Talk That, NOLA Education, every Monday at 12:30 p.m. on 12:30 a.m. To learn more about NSNO and our programs, visit newschoolsforneworleans.org.
This is your news update for WBOK from WDSU. For all your news and weather, watch WDSU News, New Orleans' leader in live, local, late-breaking news. Today at noon and 4 p.m.
I'm Daryl Forgis with WDSU News, and here's your headlines. The Coast Guard says search crews found what appears to be debris from a plane in Lake Pontchartrain. It comes after the aircraft lost contact with a lakefront airport around 6:30 last night. The single-engine plane can hold up to 4 people. The Coast Guard says they're doing everything they can to find the aircraft. Today, we could learn which jobs are on the chopping block as Mayor-elect Helena Moreno is expected to unveil parts of her plan to get the city out of a major budget deficit. Moreno says she will have to cut jobs and reduce the size of city government. We're told as many as 200 jobs could be cut, and some departments could be folded into other agencies. Now, Moreno says she's targeting mayoral hires, which increased since LaToya Cantrell took office back in 2018. However, the mayor-elect says critical services like police, fire, EMS, and trash collection should not be impacted by the cuts. This morning, a woman is behind bars accused of elderly abuse at an Algiers home. New Orleans police arrested Nona Burton at a home on Sullivan Place and Monmouth Avenue. Police say they found several older adults living in poor conditions police described as an unlicensed group home. They say 5 adults were taken to a hospital. Burton is facing 5 counts of abuse and neglect of adults. And the Pelicans are finally waking up winners after they put up a season-high score against the Chicago Bulls. The Pels dominated the Bulls in the paint, outscoring them 78-44. 8 Pels players scored in the double digits, including Zion Williamson, who scored a season-high 29 points. Next up, the Pelicans host Memphis tomorrow night at 7 p.m. I'm Daryl Forges, and that's your headlines for WBOK. Have a great
Low
day.
in threat for severe weather. A few storms possible early with another round possible in the afternoon. Main impact will be spotty heavy downpours with strong winds. Highs will be near record breaking for some between 81 and 84 degrees. Rain is done by the evening with overnight lows in the low to upper 50s. Highs only in the 70s Wednesday and the 60s for Thanksgiving. From the WDSU First Warning Weather Center, I'm Raven Richard.
Tired of the impersonal, one-size-fit-all style of banking? You deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank Standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for businesses and families because we go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business, good for life. Stop by any New Orleans area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
Every year, the lights return to City Park, and as if by magic, so do we. Families reunited, kids wide-eyed, old memories meeting new ones. Celebration in the Oaks is more than a holiday tradition. It is where New Orleans comes together to shine. Don't miss the magic. Make Celebration in the Oaks your holiday tradition and help City Park shine for generations to come. Go to celebrationintheoaks.com and grab your tickets before they're gone.
Good morning, wake up. The Good Morning Show. Good morning. On WBOK.
Good morning, and welcome back to the Good Morning Show. For those of you all who have been listening, I am Will Sutton, with me his brother OT, Oliver Thomas in the house.
Good morning, happy Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Week, everybody.
Yeah, well, we just got through having a good conversation with a couple of doctors.
Yeah.
Dr. Eric Griggs and Dr. Lauren Powell. They've got a number of events coming up during Bayou Classic.
Yeah, we need
weekend.
a wellness component to everything we do.
Yeah, so they got some wellness and health things going on, and
lupus, wellness yard.
Yep. Ask a doc.
Yeah, hula hoop.
Yep.
Doc said he can out hula hoop anybody.
Yeah, right.
Well, Doc, I don't really have a problem with you out hula hooping.
Yeah,
man.
right.
I have a problem.
I
you
know if I
out-hoop.
hula hoop enough, maybe I'll drop a few more of these pounds.
Well, ain't no doubt about it.
Right.
If we did anything a little more.
Yes, that's right. Absolutely. Well, I am happy that we have got Bayou Classic in town this weekend. It's the 52nd annual Bayou Classic, and we've got Candace on the phone talking about Bayou Classic with us. Good morning. You're on with Will Sutton and Oliver Thomas. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm doing great this morning.
Good. So how great are you? There was a big day yesterday at the Superdome, not only with the press conference, but incredible STEM NOLA activity with all the kids. The press conference was going on, and I'm like, well, what are they going to do with the kids? They got all this stuff set up, and next thing I know, there's like 2 and 3 and 4 and 10 and 20 and 30, and all these kids just seem to come out of nowhere to participate in the STEM NOLA part of the day yesterday. That was a great addition.
Yes. Thank you so much. Yes, we were very excited to partner with ExxonMobil and STEM NOLA so we could present this year's STEM Fest, a huge event. We had about 500 plus kids come out, and the activations were amazing. I mean, kids got the opportunity to fly drones. I mean, I've always seen drones in the air, but never have I had an opportunity to fly one. So that was just really exciting for kids to get that hands-on experience with STEM learning for sure.
Yeah.
So tell us about, of course, you know, the Bayou Classic itself. Most of these things are built around a football game. But I was saying earlier that you guys are the special event organizer and contractor for the Bayou Classic, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
You guys, over the last several years, man, the extra activity has really taken shape. The different events have a whole nother level to them. And I remember the event, the reception before the game with speakers and acknowledging and honoring kids. To talk about the evolution of that, how it's more than just a game. We just finished talking to Dr. Powell and Dr. Griggs, but you guys have really made it a masterfully, probably 3-4 day event.
Yes, I mean, you know, our goal is really to make this a family-friendly event and make it, you know, just a full weekend of activities. And now we've spread it out to basically a week, as you see, with starting things off with the press conference. And again, it's always just about us really just highlighting the HBCU experience and being able to incorporate kids of all ages and families and elders and whoever wants to come out and just enjoy that HBCU experience. So we really try to make sure that we're including community and culture in everything that we do for Bayou Classic.
So tell us about the parade. The parade has been on Thursday afternoons. There was a stretch where it was on Saturday before the game. It's on Thursday afternoon, Thanksgiving Day again. Do we have floats and bands? And what can people expect, and how much do they need to pay?
It's our own Thanksgiving Day parade.
Oh, yeah. You know we got the floats, and you know we got the bands. I mean, we really put a lot into making the Thanksgiving Day Parade just become an annual event for families, especially after you've, you know, gotten full on eating all that good food for Thanksgiving. You had all your turkey, you ate all your ham. It's now time to get outside. So that's what we always think about for Thanksgiving Day Parade. We've got our signature floats, we've got signature throws, and we actually have more than 40 total units participating this year. And, of course, we always bring out some of our top New Orleans area high school bands. It's just a great way to kick off all of the Bayou Classic activities and really just get that experience of, especially for those visitors who haven't done Mardi Gras, this is your chance to, like, really take in what the experience is like with that little HBCU flair.
So that parade, if I'm not mistaken, is going to start at the Caesars Superdome, or is it going to start? Okay. And so most of the parade will be on Pordridge, but then it's going to go over to South Peters, Canal, St. Charles. Is that the general area?
Yes, so we start off at the Caesars Superdome. It kicks off at 3 p.m. on Thursday, and then it makes a round trip through downtown New Orleans to come back to the Caesars Superdome. So, yes, that's correct.
And about how long would you expect the parade to last for those people who are looking to get back to their seconds and some football?
Understand. Usually it lasts maybe about 2 hours, if that. So definitely get out there on time. I'd hate for you to miss anything because, like I said, we really do have some great bands performing. And, of course, you don't want to miss the signature floats and throws. Not to mention, because we're sponsored by P&G, they always hand out some great Procter & Gamble materials. So you want to be out there for this one for sure.
And when you say materials, you're talking about things people can actually use at their bathroom and in their home.
You got it. You hear me.
All right. Okay. You're going to have to get out of here in a bit.
Are you
still with us for a few, or you need to scoot now?
Yeah, I have to. First of all, thank you guys, and tell Dottie and your company, Boone, and everyone associated with you guys' company, man, what y'all have done has added a whole nother level of class and great events to a great event. And I got to go. We have a special
City council meeting.
We have
Gotta
two.
go take
Another
care of
one on
that
Wednesday
business. But don't go anywhere, Candace.
To deal with the payroll. But I also want to shout out to all those who've lost loved ones. Joseph Sutton, a nut. He's a Callio legend, young man, passed, and one of my young mentors, Jonathan King, is burying his son. So if we've lost loved ones during the holidays, I know that's a tough time.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, we usually do a show, used to do a show on the mental illness, the grieving part of the holiday season. So for all of you guys out there, I'll be back tomorrow for a little guest.
All right.
Little guest appearance here. But
all right.
Ms. Parker, thank you, team, and happy Bayou Classic and happy Thanksgiving week for everybody.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. So, Candace, that's not it on Thursday because the Bayou Classic is a weekend of activities and events. And there's the Business Bowl on Friday, right?
Yes, we're very excited to bring back the Bayou Business Bowl. And so, like you said, that is Friday. That'll be taking place at the Hyatt Regency from 9 a.m. to 10:30. Very excited to see it's two student teams, two from Southern University and two from Grambling State. They get an opportunity just to represent their College of Businesses in this high-energy student pitch competition. So we're very excited to see, some new innovation and entrepreneurship from these students. And actually, they're competing for $10,000 in prizes and awards. So it's a big deal, and we certainly encourage everyone to get out there and support our young men and young women in this competition.
So do you have to be affiliated with one of the teams or one of the schools to attend that?
No, you do not. No, it's just the two teams are actually in the competition, but everyone is welcome to attend.
Okay, and will they be making presentations? Will there be some judging? Will there be a winner?
Yes. So they're actually going to present their products or whatever their business is, and then there is a judges portion. And so they will be judged and ranked from 1 to 4, and our first place winner takes home the grand prize. So it's really going to be a big deal. We also have Emline James who will be sitting in, and so they're going to do a fireside chat with him as well. So it's a very exciting event, and we're just excited to see what these young men and young women are going to present.
What kind of judges do you have?
We actually have quite a few judges. Some are from the LA Chamber of Commerce. We also have someone from Xavier University. So we really did reach out, and we partnered with others who are very familiar with business and who can give insight to these students as they grow in their careers.
Wonderful. So some teams are going to walk away with a $10,000 award.
Yeah, it's quite a bit of money on the line here. I believe we're going to split up the prize so that way everyone who competes can go home with something. But the big prize and the largest amount of money will go to the first place winner.
Wow. It sounds like a great opportunity for some young folks to see what's possible if you put your mind to it, work with a team, develop things as a team, develop the business, and pitch it like you want some money and you want somebody to invest in your business, because that's essentially what this student pitch competition is about. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we watch Shark Tank, so now it's kind of, their opportunity to experience what that could be like.
Yeah. So meanwhile, is it after that or while that's going on that you have the business at Bayou Classic?
Yeah, that's right after the Bayou Business Bowl. And so it's still at the Hyatt Regency as well. That will start at 10:30 immediately following the Bayou Business Bowl. And so that is presented in partnership with the LA Chamber of Commerce, and just an opportunity for students, alumni, and visitors, to purchase different items from many of our small Black businesses and to have some networking opportunities as well.
Well, that sounds good, and I think people can RSVP and find out more at lachamberfoundation.org on that one.
Mm-hmm.
And so does that end in time for people to get out and go back and have some leftovers before the evening events?
I mean, it gives you a little bit of time because, Friday night we have a lot going on, and we've actually started our new event on Friday night. It's called Beats Before Battle, presented by Sprite. And so that kicks off from 3 to 6. It's right out front the Caesars Superdome, Gate C, Plaza level. Free, absolutely free, open to the public. You don't even need a ticket to entry, but of course we are still doing the clear bag policy for that. But we're super excited about that this year. It's brand new, and it's like our pre-show before Greek Show and Battle of the Bands. And so we partnered with Sprite for this. They've created a party zone atmosphere. We've got dancing. Crowds will be out there. They've got plenty of surprises and giveaways. And so you can even pick up some Sprite memorabilia. You can sample some different Sprite products. And if you don't have your ticket for Greek Show and Battle of the Bands, if you come out to Beats Before Battle, we have some opportunities where you can be gifted some tickets to the event that night. So, you heard me. So if you haven't got those, you sound like one of the ones who don't have their ticket yet.
You're right. So you got a chance to go see it. Of course, there are tickets still for sale, correct?
Yes, tickets are still for sale. But like I said, if you want to pick up on a free Greek Show and Battle of the Band ticket, then I encourage you to come on out to Beats Before Battle. And also new with that this year, we're going to be highlighting a drumline battle between Sarah T. Reed High School and Young Audiences Charter School. So you don't want to miss that.
Well, that sounds great. What else is going to be a part of Beats Before Battle?
So, yeah, we have a DJ, a nationally known DJ. He'll be spinning out there. They've got a dance floor and a game show opportunity. And also there's opportunities for if you attend Southern or Grambling University, they have a station where you can get, like, bucket hats, and they'll have the university's logo on them for you. So definitely a lot of cool things. We also have a tailgating area, so both Grambling alumni and Southern alumni will be out there, and it's going to be huge. So you don't want to miss this. It's a great way to kick off Greek Show and Battle of the Bands on Friday for sure.
Yeah, and I know for folks who are used to different types of events over at the Superdome, not just in the Superdome, but outside of the Superdome, this event is on the plaza level, not over at Champion Square, correct?
Right. So if you go through Champion Square, you'll just go right up the steps because we're at Gate C. So still on that same side by Champion Square, but up on the plaza level.
Wonderful, wonderful. And, of course, that is before the Greek Show and Battle of the Bands. So that's 3 to 6 p.m., Beats Before Battle. And then the Greek Show, the annual Greek Show and Battle of the Bands. I have to tell you, the name would be so much longer if you put everything that is included in that show that night, because it's not just the Greek Show and the Battle of the Bands.
No, it's so much more. It's a huge evening, and of course, we kick it off with the Invitational High School Battle of the Bands. And so this year we've got Abe Science High School. We've also got Warren Easton. We've got Stevenson High School from Stone Mountain, Georgia. And then we've got Chalmette High School. So those 4 high school bands will be competing in this year's Invitational High School Battle of the Bands. And then we roll into the Greek Show, which always gets creative. You've got skits and different actions from all of those Black Greek organizations across Louisiana. And then, of course, the Battle of the Bands between Grambling University Tiger Marching Band and the Southern University Human Jukebox. I mean, it's a jam-packed event when we're talking about this Friday night show. So, you got to get in your seat by 6 o'clock for sure. You don't want to miss anything.
Well, I have to say, I was there at the kickoff event yesterday morning, and, of course, there were a number of people talking and saying how much they love Bayou Classic and proud to support and be there and want everybody to come out. But those band directors, were making it real clear that they have put in the work. And there's going to be a heck of a show on Friday night and again on Saturday.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're not lying to you now.
So that's going to be quite an event. If you've never been, believe me, Greek Show and Battle of the Bands is just the beginning of what that show is like. especially with the high school Battle of the Bands now. I know those young people have got to be super excited to not only perform in the Superdome, but to perform as a part of the Bayou Classic weekend.
Yes, I think it's just a great way to, introduce especially our high school students to what it's like competing at the collegiate level if they continue in their band career. So it's a great opportunity for these young students for sure.
All right, and I know we got to go to break, but how can we talk about Bayou Classic without talking about the Bayou Classic football game? So that's happening Saturday as well, and there's the Fan Fest and then the game, right?
Yes. And so, hold on to your socks. I'm about to tell you about Fan Fest, and I'm telling you, it is a lot. This is our extremely popular pregame celebration, and I'm telling you, we have got some live musical performances and entertainment that just really get the crowd hyped and ready for the game. So this year, if you're ready for the lineup, I'm finna bring it to you.
All right,
we are headlining with 2 Chainz. Woo! 2 Chainz will be out there. Yes.
Are you sure?
You hear me? I wouldn't lie to you.
All right.
So, yes, you want to get out there. 2 Chainz will be performing live at the Bayou Classic Fan Festival. We also have Headband, Teasy, DJ So Cold, Giovanni Wart, DJ Juice. Is going to be hosted by Wild Wayne, including DJ Keith Scott and DJ Papa. And so, again, get there early for this. It's from 9 a.m. to noon in Champion Square, right out front the Caesar Superdome. Again, absolutely free, but, of course, have that clear bag policy for entrance. So I told you, Fan Fest always usually gets the crowd hyped, ready, and excited for the game. And then at 1 o'clock, we got our kickoff. Doors do open at 11:30. Clear bag policy. You got to have your ticket for entry. And so you and I both know, yes, the football game is a major part of Bayou Classic, but the Bayou Classic halftime show is a major deal, too. So we've got the electrifying halftime show presented by Coca-Cola, and there is no telling what Grambling State or the Human Jukebox is going to bring. In years past, they've had special celebrity guests perform with them, and so, hey, ain't no telling who you might get this year. All I'm going to say is halftime is not the time to go to the bathroom, get your popcorn, or refill your drinks. You want to be in your seat to see this show.
All right. Very good, very good. And it's nationally televised, and this is a weekend of activities, events, and people can go to mybayouclassic.com. Is that the best place to go?
That is correct. Our website is mybayouclassic.com. You can get your tickets from there as well. You can also check us out on Instagram at BayouClassic74, and we have an app. So feel free to go to your app store and just search for Bayou Classic, and you can download our app. But definitely get your tickets if you don't have them now. MyBayouClassic.com, Ticketmaster, or the New Orleans Arena box office. That's where you can get those.
All right,
we
one
want
more
to see
thing, and I'm
everyone
going
in
to
the
let you
place.
go, Candace. I'm going to put you on the spot. I'm going to put you on the spot. You ready?
Oh, boy. Okay.
What is your favorite Bayou Classic event?
Woo! If I'm being completely honest, it really is Greek Show and Battle of the Bands.
Hey! All right. Well, it like I said, it's more than the Greek Show and the Battle of the Bands. It is quite a night.
So much more. Yeah,
so I hear you. I hear you. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We're gonna go to break. Y'all prepare for Bayou Classic. Of course, they are ticketed events, and it's well worth the ticket price. And then there are a number of free events. Go to mybayouclassic.com to find out more. Thank you so much, Candace, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you for having me. I look forward to seeing everyone this weekend.
All right. So long. All right, folks, this is WBOK. I'm Will Sutton. We just got off the phone with Candace Falk talking about the Bayou Classic and all the activities and events that they have coming up this weekend. Candace Brock online with us right here at the Good Morning Show. The talk line is 504-582-9422. 504-582-9422. Quite a number of good conversations this morning. Let us hear from you. We're going to break now. WBOK, 12:30 a.m. What New Orleans is talking about all day long.
Visit DePaul's new Algiers Health Center at 2801 General de Gaulle Drive to receive primary and preventive care for both adults and children. Services also include behavioral health, imaging, and on-site pharmacy, vision, Medicaid enrollment assistance, and more. For appointments, visit DePaulCommunityHealthCenters.org or call 504-207-3060.
A message from the community scientist. Do you live or work in St. James, St. John, St. Charles, Ascension, Calcasieu, Baton Rouge, or St. Bernard Parish? You may be exposed to harmful chemicals like phthalates, BPA, and flame retardants found in everyday products but linked to serious health risks. That's why the Community Scientist, a program of Rise St. James, brings you clear, science-based facts that protect your health and our environment. Stay informed, stay empowered. Visit risestjames.org today.
You've got responsibilities, but that doesn't mean your dreams are on hold. At Southern University at New Orleans, our evening and weekend college is designed with your life in mind. Finish your degree, start a new one, on your time, your degree, your schedule, no excuses, just opportunity. Visit suno.edu and make your next move today.
Meet Leanna, a part-time chef and full-time mom. In the past, Leanna didn't have health insurance because she didn't think she could afford it. What she didn't realize is she qualified for Medicaid. She loves the coverage and peace of mind that comes with high-quality care. The kind of care you get with Healthy Blue. This is Medicaid, and it's for more people than you think. Maybe even you. To see if you qualify, go to myhealthybluela.com.
This is The Law in Your Legacy. I'm attorney Pete Hamilton.
I'm attorney Ryan Hamilton. Comparing the cost of will, successions, and trusts.
A will might only be a few $100s, but your family could end up paying more in legal fees.
Trust costs more upfront, but saves time, stress, and potentially thousands.
Think of it as paying a little now to avoid a big bill later. Smart planning means big savings for your family. This is not legal advice. That's just a tip brought to you by Liberty Bank and Trust. For more information, go to libertybank.net or contact us at 504-915-5016.
The Historic New Orleans Collection presents a new exhibition open through June 7th, 2026. The Trail They Blazed. Built collaboratively with people who participated in the local civil rights movement, The Trail They Blazed presents stories of social and racial justice straight from the people who lived them. Listen to leaders tell their stories of resistance and persistence in their own voices, recorded by the Historic New Orleans Collection. Plan your visit to 520 Royal Street in the French Quarter and reserve your free tickets at hnoc.org today.
Good morning, wake up. The Good Morning Show. Good morning. On WBOK.
Good morning, and welcome back, New Orleans, to the Good Morning Show right here on WBOK, 1230 a.m. I am Will Sutton, and with me for most of the show was Oliver Thomas, Councilman Oliver Thomas, OT. So always a joy to have him with us on the Good Morning Show and at WBOK. Adds so much with his knowledge, background, experience, and just, he just pulls stuff out of his head. It's just wonderful to have him with us. And he promised that he would be back tomorrow. So we'll get more OT on Wednesday morning on Thanksgiving Eve, the day before Thanksgiving. I don't know about you, but I got some more shopping to do. Why? Yes, I'm going to be doing some cooking today. I'm going to be doing my part for the family gathering, and I got some cooking to do, but it also means I got to do some cleaning. So I'm going to do that too. And I'm making plans to participate in some of the Bayou Classic stuff as well. I wonder what you're doing, and I hope that you are, whatever you're doing, that you will take it easy, take it slow, and make sure that you get where you're intending to go. Watch both ways. Watch the red lights, the stop lights, the green lights, and please, please, please try not to be on your phone when you are driving from here to there. And safety, again, I remind you, starts at home. Before you leave, make sure you have what you need. And if you got a driveway or parking spot, garage, make sure that you are watching. Don't want to hear about any young kid or anybody being hurt. Right before you get far away from home. We've had a great show today, learning more about the Bayou Classic and all the wonderful events that are happening, including the parade on Thursday afternoon, and that's at 3 o'clock. And we got the Bayou Classic Beats Before Battle on Friday afternoon. That's 3 p.m. That's new, brand new, and that's looking like quite a thing, and that's going to be on the Gate C Plaza level. Clear bag policy, folks, clear bag policy. Greek show and Battle of the Bands, and on Saturday, we've got the Fan Fest, and man, what a lineup there as well. So a lot of things going on with Bayou Classic. Of course, a lot of families and friends going to be having their gatherings. I ask you to please, 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 please be careful as you go about this wonderful holiday week and weekend. Up next is coming the Front Porch with Graylin and Kimba. And Lord willing, I'll be back with you tomorrow morning. This is WBOK, 12:30 a.m., what New Orleans is talking about all day long.